Right, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praise unto Yahweh Shem Yahushai and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and honors to you brothers out there on the highways and the byways, teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. And shalom to you brothers out there that's listening and learning and supporting the ministry, and to the few sisters as well. And I just want to home in on a topic that Apostle Tahar was speaking about, and it's something that me and the brother the elder Ariella been speaking about for months, and it's something that I've witnessed for myself, man, and a lot of things that I have done in the past, man. All right, and it pertains to basically balancing yourself in this world, because yeah, we know about Deuteronomy the 28th chapter from the 15th verse on down. We know we're under the curses. We know we're not in our kingdom. But there is a balance. That doesn't mean that that's an excuse to be hurt all the time and be fearful to make moves. All right, to stay in a completely degraded state, man, and not even try to do nothing basically, and use the curses and the so-called white man as an excuse. Nah, you have to be balanced. The scripture says, 1 Corinthians 7:31, and they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. So no matter what we do in this world, we understand that the ultimate goal is the kingdom of heaven. And at this moment in time, the number one priority is the ministry of Yahweh Shai, because we look to a new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness. But at the same time, me talking to you right now, I needed this laptop. I needed to pay for my internet. You understand what I'm saying? You need things within this world to do things. All right? You need money. All right? The scripture says the love of money is the root of all evil. But money is a thing which is always going to exist in the world, and you need money. All right? If you want to relax and do some recreational activity, it's probably going to cost you money. Your children need clothes, it's going to cost you money. All right? So in this world, the ministry comes first, but at the same time, after that, you got to survive on a day-to-day basis for the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and goods and services don't just fall in your lap out of thin air. The scripture turn around and tell you, by the sweat of a man's brow, so shall he eat. So you got to work, so to speak, to produce, to receive, to do what you got to do. All right. Now a lot of some brothers, they like I said, they use the curses. They ain't got a job, and they use the curses as a reason they ain't got a job. Okay, but a lot of times they could have a job. It's just that the job they could have, they don't want it. Maybe that job is too low for them. Sometimes that's where you got to start. You got to start at the bottom. Sometimes you got to do jobs that you hate in order to make that bread to move on to something else. I've done it. Sometimes brothers get jobs and they act like assholes in the workplace. Okay, turn up late all the time, don't do the job, and wonder why they ain't got a promotion or because they're just moving like an asshole, moving like a nigger, and they're not helping themselves. They're not helping themselves, and then they turn around and try and blame Deuteronomy 28 for the reason why you broke, or you're in a dead end job, but you ain't looking for another job. You know what I'm saying? You're not actively looking for another job. You're not doing nothing to improve yourself in the job market, so to speak. But you want to blame Deuteronomy 28 because you're lazy and you're fearful. Okay? And you find that a lot. Let me show you something in the book of Daniel. Okay? This is the book of Daniel 1:18. It says, now at the end of the days that the king, now this is Nebuchadnezzar, had said he should bring them in, then the prince of the eunuchs brought them in before Nebuchadnezzar. Now these were chief men in Israel, Daniel being one of them. And you in this truth, you're supposed to be one of the chief men in Israel, the chief men of prudency and wisdom. All right, in all things. The root of wisdom and prudency starts with the scriptures, but that then brings itself into all things, because all things are of the scriptures and by the scriptures. Solomon was wise in all things. All right, it says, and the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. So these were like the chief of the chief. Therefore stood they before the king. Now, what you're noticing here is the king had to acknowledge the fact that these particular men were of a higher level of prudency and wisdom and knowledge. So guess what? He had to put them in a higher position. And that's what you'll find. See, look, man, like the elder Ariella says, we're natural born leaders, man. If you're in this truth and you start gaining this understanding, this wisdom, this prudency, and this way of carrying yourself, people are supposed to see that. Like, wow, this guy, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's about. And that's exactly how Nebuchadnezzar saw Daniel. Like, whoa, this guy knows his shit. I gotta put him into a position. I can't have him breaking up rocks. All right? And the same thing happened with Joseph. He started at the bottom, but he ended up having to, the Pharaoh had to promote him because of his skills, man. And the king communed with them, and among them all was found none like Daniel, Hananiah, Mishael, and Azariah. Therefore stood they before the king. And in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them. That's everything. See, we're not stupid, man. A lot of times Jake is fearful because we still have that syndrome that Esau put on us, that we can't do this and we can't do that. And let me tell you a personal testimony. I started working in a dairy with the brother Paya Allah, right? And there's different positions within the dairy, man. You can just push milk. You could be what's known as a runner, meaning the milk is coming out the stackers in the bottles, and you just push the milk from one position to another. That's like the lowest job you can have in there. That and a cleaner. Then you can be a picker, or a filler operator, or storeman. And the Spirit of the Lord had it where I got put, after 2 days of being a runner, they put me into a position working in milk reception outside. And after I did milk reception and showed I could deal with the paperwork and all that kind of stuff, the managers where I work, they kind of said, look, man, we can use them. Now they didn't do this out of the goodness of their heart. They did this because basically I was an agency worker. So whatever they could get me to do within that dairy, they would basically be paying me less, way less than what they would pay someone in a permanent position. So they were getting bonuses. But nevertheless, in a way, I was still benefiting because I was getting a higher rate. You understand what I'm saying? So they were like, boom, we're going to put this. We want you to work in process as a controller. I'm talking about there's only like 8 controllers in the whole dairy because they work shift work. And them guys are on some serious money. You're controlling the entire dairy, producing millions of bottles of milk a day. And you're controlling it on like 8 different computer screens, controlling the whole process from beginning to end. And they said they earmarked me to do that job. I said, no. Why did I say no? Because I was fearful. I was like, nah, I saw the computers. I said, nah, I can't do that. That's too much. So I ended up going into the stores. And I worked in the stores and I did my job. I turned up on time. I learned the job. Okay. I excelled at the job. Okay. Even to this day, they haven't replaced me in that job. Because it's hard to find people of high caliber to do these kind of jobs. And then what happens? The Lord put me in a position where I could no longer do the store's job no more. And I had to work in the control room. And guess what? Within 3-4 weeks, I was like, well, what the hell was I afraid of? You see? So the Lord forced me to show me that, look, man, why was I, here it is, I'm out there on the streets claiming that I want to rule the world. I want to be part of a government that's going to rule the entire world and everything in it. But I'm scared to be a controller over a dairy producing a couple million liters of milk a day. You understand what I'm saying? No. Your mind frame is even if something seems daunting or seems hard, hey, with the Lord as your father, it's not above you to achieve it. You understand? But that's just a little personal testimony, something that the Lord put me through. All right. A lot of times you're fearful because you look down on yourself and you think you're not capable of doing something, but you are capable because you're a prince of the power. All right. It says, and in all matters of wisdom and understanding that the king inquired of them, he found them 10 times better than all the magicians and astrologers that were in all his realm. We're better than these heathens. You Israelites, man, the scripture tells you in the book of Baruch that the Lord have found out all the way of knowledge and have given it unto Jacob, man. We are better than these other nations, man. When we put our mind and our spirit to a thing, we excel. Despite the bullshit that Esau has drummed into our minds that we're nothing but niggers and monkeys and we can't do this and we can't do that and you're not capable. We are the most capable people on the planet Earth. We have the highest potential and ability of anyone on the face of this planet Earth, man. What is it that we cannot do or cannot achieve with the Heavenly Father being our Father, being our power, man? What is withheld from us? You understand? But sometimes Jake just want to be a nigger and then blame Deuteronomy 28 for the reason why he ain't going nowhere, why he broke. It says, and Daniel continued even unto the first year of the king of Cyrus. Now, Daniel ended up being a president in Babylon. All right. Now, you going to tell me that Daniel weren't under the curses of Deuteronomy 28? Yes, he was, because he hold on. Should be done. This is Daniel 2:46. He says, then the king Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and worshipped Daniel and commanded that they should offer an oblation and sweet odors unto him. He had to respect Daniel's levels, man. The king answered unto Daniel and said, of a truth it is that your God is a God of gods and the Lord of kings and a revealer of secrets, seeing thou couldst reveal this secret. Then the king made Daniel a great man and gave him many gifts and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon. And Daniel's a prophet in captivity. But because of his skills, his captors made him a ruler in their kingdom and chief of the governors over all the wise men of Babylon. So why can't you get the supervisor position in your workplace? Why can't you get a managerial position in your workplace? Well, you think that means that you're not going to be a man of the Lord? You think that means that you sold out? Did Daniel sell out? So what's a little supervisor position and getting the extra $2 or the extra £2 an hour for the same amount of hours work? Why the hell not? But you in work turning up late, fucking around, and wonder why you broke. Ain't showing yourself to be of no worth. Well, fuck the white man. Okay, we all know that. But at the end of the day, then don't complain that you broke. Don't, you know what I'm saying? You got to do what you got to do. All right. Then Daniel requested of the king, and he set Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon. But Daniel sat in the gate of the king. So he got a position, and guess what? He brought his brothers in. And that's what we do, man. Brothers help each other out. There's job opportunities and things like that. We encourage each other and we help each other out, man. brothers. That's what Daniel did. He got up in a position. He said, yo, then you gotta hook my mans up. And the king was like, yo, of course he did it because he wanted Daniel to use his skills in his kingdom, man. All right. And the king was happy because he was getting shit done. All right. Let's get 1 Samuel's 16 and 17. And this is our forefather David, man. And Saul said unto his servants, provide me now a man that can play well, and bring him to me. Then answered one of the servants, said, behold, I have seen a son of Jesse the Bethlehemite, that is cunning in playing, and a mighty and valiant man, and a man of war, and prudent in matters. Now, who's supposed to be more prudent in matters than the men of the Lord? Brothers want to talk about the 144,000. If you claiming you want to be a part of the 144,000, that means you're among the most prudent of the prudent. But then you go to work and act like an asshole and wonder why you ain't getting nowhere. Show your prudency, man. Use your brain, use your prudency that you have from the Most High, and you never know, you might get that supervisor position. Then you're gonna be able to make more money. You can help your family out. You can help your brothers out. You can be more charitable. You can give more alms because you're in that position now, rather than being in the position where you constantly needing alms. You constantly needing charity. Now you could be the one to provide. Stop using Deuteronomy the 28th chapter as an excuse to basically be a nigger, man. You know, to be fearful, to just do nothing because you're lazy. Sit around playing PlayStation. Yeah, man, I want to work for the white man, you know. Okay. Who does? Just hurt. Just sitting around hurt. You know? Nah, to hell with that, man. Alright, and prudent in matters, and a comely person, and the Lord is with him. And is the Lord not with us? And like I said, I'm not saying that you're going to go to work tomorrow and become the CEO. That's not what I'm talking about. But the Lord can put you in a position where you can better take care of your family and better help your brothers, man. That ain't a hard thing. We're not talking about becoming a Rothschild and having $1 trillion in your account. I'm talking about just getting a little promotion or some shit. You know what I'm saying? Something, you know, something small, but a little, every little helps. Okay, Proverbs 16 and 21. The wise in heart shall be called prudent, and the sweetness of the lips increase learning. Okay, you learn, you gather more skills, you gather more learning, you're wise in heart, you become prudent in this knowledge. That prudency should show itself in all areas of your life, man. And people that are not in this truth should look at you and say, rah, you know, that guy is different. He stands out, man. He's prudent. And believe you me, when you're in the workplace and you show yourself to be hardworking and prudent, that either your manager's gonna see it and he's gonna promote you, or you're gonna learn them skills, and the Lord will have it where you'll be able to move somewhere else and use those skills and get a promotion there. And I'm speaking from experience, man, because I've gone from job to job and I've always worked. I've had to work. I've not had the luxury to not work, to sit around doing nothing, because I gotta make money, man. I got children to feed, man. That's how shit gets done, okay? You don't sit around on welfare. I ain't never been that type. All right? I'm not on that. All right? I do what I got to do. It says Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So we exalt wisdom over all things. And of course, the ministry comes first. But that don't mean that you just totally neglect everything else. It's a balance. You have to apply balance. All right. And lastly, Genesis 32 and 28. And he said, thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel, for as a prince thou hast power with God and with men, and hast prevailed. We're princes of power, man. We're supposed to stand out. People supposed to look at us and be like, yo, nah, man, no. This guy here, he's got it. All right. So, hopefully brothers understand what I'm trying to say, okay, and don't take it on some stupid level and go all out for this world. That's not what I'm saying. Use the world, but not abusing it. And it helps, man, because when you're in a camp and you got like 8 brothers, it helps. The more brothers that are got their head screwed on, that are working and bringing home that bread, it helps the brotherhood, man. When everyone's broke, it's just fucked up. You want brothers to come and visit you, but no one ain't got no place for them to stay because mans are broke. Things like that. You know? You want to do this, you want to do that. Nah, you're broke. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, it is what it is, man. All right? You need laptops, you need things, you need a phone, you need a phone with a data plan. Let me show you something. You can't have no shitty ass phone either. Every time I get one of these shitty ass phones, shit just breaks on you and does fuckery. You need a good decent phone is gonna cost you about £250, and a good mid-level phone, like you're gonna get a Samsung like A5. That's like a good mid-level phone that you know that you can do your videos on and do what you got to do, and it ain't gonna slow down on your ass. That Samsung A5 is costing you damn £300. You understand what I'm saying? You want to pay monthly on that and get yourself a decent data plan. You're looking at £35. I'm just using this as an example, okay? Because how the hell you gonna upload your videos? You gonna go to the library every time you want to upload a video? You get yourself a pay monthly plan, and you want to get a decent phone. You might get a highway. You might not get a Samsung. You might get a highway. So you get just a S7 or something. Maybe that. Yeah, you get like an A5. You ain't got to get the top range, 32 gig. Look, this one's only giving you 1 gig of data. You can't roll with that. So you got to roll with at least nowadays. If you're going to be watching videos on your phone and all that kind of stuff, you got to be rolling with like, I got like 32 gigs on my phone. My phone package cost me like 40 £40 a month. How the fuck am I gonna pay that if I ain't got a job or I don't do what I got to do? You understand what I'm saying? That's how I can do my live streams when I'm out there on the streets. Okay, I'm not using free Wi-Fi from Nighttown to do my live streams. I gotta pay for that. You understand what I'm saying? Look, £46 is gonna cost you to get your 32 gig or 60. You know, nowadays you really gotta have like 32 gig. You're gonna be uploading videos, you're gonna be watching videos on YouTube on your phone. You understand what I'm saying? You can use this on with your laptop. It's got £46 on a decent phone. This is what I'm saying, a month. So you got to get paid. You understand what I'm saying? Oh, that's a nice plan right there, 60 gig. So at the end of the day, man, the point I'm trying to make here is basically this, man. Stop using Deuteronomy the 28th chapter and 15th verse on down as an excuse for why your ass ain't doing nothing. Yeah, we all catch hell. Trust me. Even if you got like you gonna catch hell. The hell never stops. But guess what, man? At least you ain't hurt to the point where you can't move. You can't do nothing, man. If I want to get up and if I want to go see a brother right now, I can do that because I got money in my account to do that. If I ain't got no money in my account, what am I gonna do? Walk? I'm gonna walk across London to get there, or I'm gonna bunk the train, get stopped by the police. No, you got money in your pocket. You can do that. You gotta have money in your pocket to do certain things, man. All right. So you take it how you want to take it, meditate on it how you want to meditate on it, but go into the scriptures and you'll find what I'm saying is true. You got to balance yourself in this truth. The ministry comes first, but at the same times, you got to make money out here, man. And a lot of guys are they're the one, you're your own worst enemy in doing things because you got a very negative and a dark attitude towards getting shit done. Get up off your ass, do what you got to do. You don't like the job that you're in at the moment, look for another job. Look for the opportunities. The opportunities don't always fall into your lap. Sometimes you got to look for it. Sometimes you got to go get. You know what I mean? But, I ain't going to say too much more. It is what it is, Hopefully brothers understand where I'm coming from. Don't take it the wrong way. So with that, I'm going to say shalom.